Are we about to have another 2017 mania when it comes to altcoins, crypto, and Bitcoin? Well, we have two different opinions on the current state of the crypto markets, and I'm kind of leaning with the bullish one. Let's talk about why. So Winterroot, a very popular market maker in crypto, came out and said there's no liquidity. It's dried up. If you don't have liquidity in markets, you don't have a lot of price action or volatility. And in crypto, we love volatility because we get really, really crazy gains, or we can get really, really crazy dumps, and you can short or long. Not recommended for non-experienced traders. So they basically came out and said liquidity drives crypto and liquidity is drying up. They also said in a self-funded phase as inflows from stablecoins, ETFs, and DATS, digital asset treasuries, have slowed, causing rallies to fade and market breadth to narrow despite support of global liquidity. Because again, crypto is 24/7, 365, globally open to everyone. They're basically saying we don't see a whole lot of liquidity happening because everybody's focused on stablecoins, DATS, and crypto ETFs. Because you have to understand, even outside of America, there are some countries that have already allowed for crypto spot ETFs to go live. And this is a fair take. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, Coinbase Institutional is coming in hot, and they also built a brand new product, which I think may potentially cause some sort of crazy altcoin season like we saw in 2017 via ICOs. Stay with me. So in their piece here, they basically said that October's sell-off was likely a reset, not a cycle top, because leverage was just flushed out. Institutional capital is rotating selectively into EVM chains, RWA projects, and yield protocols. These are all valid utilities. And on this channel, we talk about focusing on RWAs, DeFi, and AI. RWAs, AI, DeFi. Yes, 3. And the fact that they're regurgitating what I'm saying about institutional investors being focused in these 3 categories is important because we're going to get those spot ETFs approved eventually. Coinbase also said the market leverage is healthier, though liquidity remains thin and macro risk persists, kind of regurgitating what Winterroot said. And it's true, it's not a bad thing. It's important to pay attention to liquidity and what's going on with the numbers when we're looking to make money. And they also said that structural demand is rising, suggesting a base building phase ahead of the next market uptrend. So they're basically saying we are building this solid foundation and we're going to continue our upward trajectory. And this was all said last week. And Sunday, I believe, November 9th, Coinbase just dropped a platform for digital token offerings, and allegedly it's going to be available to retail in the USA. Digital token offerings are ICOs. So basically, brand new projects can go ahead and offer their tokens via Coinbase ICOs legally in the USA. And before, there was kind of a gray area. So it's going to allow individual investors to buy digital tokens before they're listed on the exchange, and the platform will host 1 token sale per month. You guys remember McAfee's coin of the day? I do. It was absolutely insane. I'm not necessarily comparing this to Coinbase's ICO platform, but the allocation will be determined by an algorithm for broad and equitable distribution. Investors must be fully registered, compliant, and in good standing to participate, and projects will be evaluated based on team track record, token economics, vesting schedules, and user interest. Initially accessible to investors in most global regions, but they do want to expand. And Monad is the first project scheduled to launch its token on the platform next week. So this is happening literally next week. And if the Monad launch goes well, then we can go ahead and use that data to potentially see what other projects may launch on Coinbase and also do well. And in the past, the SEC big issue was disclosures, and it seems like Coinbase is covering their bases with disclosures, KYC, AML, etc. And way back in the day, anytime Coinbase would list a crypto asset, it would generally pump like crazy because they didn't have like a million different assets listed like they did today. So I guess we'll see what happens next week.